start. And hey guys, and welcome to today's stream. Why did it say there's 35 seconds left in the ad break? I swore it just hit 0 seconds. Okay, well, we'll just solve for 30 more seconds and then we'll welcome in everyone. Anyway, hopefully everyone's doing good. We are back again for another time today, but I guess ads decided they want to hit me again. Just like how I'm hitting you guys again with 2 streams, the ads are hitting me with 2 ads at the start. Oh my gosh. And here I was timing my entrance and everything. So 5 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And hey guys, and welcome back to another stream for today. Daicosmos or Thomas here, when we are back to play some Ace Attorney. Congratulations on being first Pix Plays. If you're wondering how PointNap got here before stream started, he didn't. He got here right as stream started. Like stream started, I saw the comments, so it was after the stream started for sure. I guess he was just a little more on time, but you were first. You were first for sure. That's what I mean. If the first redeem's telling me anything, you were for sure first here. Anyway, also welcome PointNab. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate my starting. Yeah, I didn't know when we were gonna start Ace Attorney, but I'm glad you finally got it going. So let's not keep our co-host waiting too long. If I can undeafen. There we go. I have undeafened. We are ready. Hopefully you guys are ready.
No.
All right, we got Matt and Ivana here once again. Actually, I should probably put them on screen so you guys can see them. Let's go and switch views. This one. No, this one. There we go. Perfect. They're a little frozen right now. You'll have to excuse them. We'll wait for the internet to work out.
Just one of us.
Also, really lots of exposure on Matt's face. It's really doing his maniacal smile a good look. Should have green screened myself into the camera? Nope, it's okay. I'm just gonna stick with 2 cameras. Anyway, so we're back once again with Ace Attorney playing the final case again. Still, hopefully we'll get past it. We're on part 2 of the final case. Part 2 of the trial of the final case. I don't know what this entails, but I should probably share my screen with them so they can actually tell what's going on.
Nice.
Share screen. Okay, you should be able to see it now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I can close out of this. I can close out of this. That's okay. Oh gosh, Twitch, shut up. Okay. And we're good to go. Let's start up the case again. All right, what happened last time? We went to the ship. The judge did
The victim
stuff.
was shot in that little room and died instantly. That's what happened.
What were we talking about? Just barely, honestly. Let's see. The killing took place on Fresno Street, where they're just saying that. Let's see. Where was the victim killed is where Judge Jigoku is asking us.
Jigoku is sus, bro.
Yes.
For
Indeed.
no reason.
All court proceedings. Let's see.
Oh no, yeah, he did a deal to assassinate one.
Yes, there was. That's right. There was this the student exchange to have the assassinate each other.
Do it.
Yeah, well, he wasn't gonna do it. That was the whole point. But he was the one going along.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So that seems to be what happened last time. Let's just pick back up. We literally left off in the middle because we thought it was gonna end somewhere. Hopefully, now just wait. It's gonna be 5 minutes. It's gonna end. Chapter's gonna end.
Don't. No way.
The victim was shot in that room on Fresno Street and died instantly. I'm afraid it's the prosecution's claim that's the only fairy tale here.
How can you say that?
Quite simply, because the claim directly contradicts a certain piece of evidence in our possession. Do we have the fish and chips as evidence? I don't remember.
Very tantalizing, counsel. I think you would better explain yourself to the court, don't you?
The prosecution
was sorry, I was gonna say the fish and chips was moldy, right?
It was molded. It decayed at a more rapid rate than a day.
That's what the evidence was with that. Where
well, less rapid rate, because that's why we thought it was frozen.
Yeah. Right.
The prosecution claims that Inspector Gregson died instantly when he was shot at the scene on Fresno Street. But this evidence clearly contradicts that claim. It could be the crown. It could be. We've already presented that recently. Okay, we don't have the fish and chips.
No, the report, the autopsy report.
The report?
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't say anything about the location, right?
Almost proves it, yeah. So
we're saying that the inspector did not die instantly when he was shot at Fresno Street. So died instantly. Let's see. Determinate.
Oh, I gotta farm my channel points.
Caliber
I think it's gonna be the watch.
Okay, we can try presenting you the crown, I guess.
Well, not. Yeah, the watch crown thing, I think, is what it is.
Okay, let's try presenting it.
Take that!
Ah.
Okay, so that's a loss. Okay. Wait, just let Ivana's brain cook.
Perhaps you should try to present the correct one this time.
Oh, thanks. Oh, man, Susato, what a great piece of advice.
Wow.
For real.
And hold your hands. Prosecution claims Inspector Gregson died instantly. Yeah, okay. Is it the autopsy report? It could be.
Watch me be right.
But the
Present it.
autopsy literally
Present it.
says-
Present it.
Okay, bet.
Wait, go back.
Bet
fine.
you better present it.
Okay, it wasn't that.
Oh my! The Japanese truly are a curious breed. Wow.
Save skull.
Okay. So what shows that he
Small component.
didn't die? We just presented that.
What is? Oh,
Gregson's trunk.
I don't think there's any.
Yeah, the gash in it and the blood in it. No,
but that's not
Blade?
proving that he
the blade. Yeah.
was killed later. What about that picture? What's in that picture?
His body. On the ground, lying there cold and dead. Can't believe I'd hide my lies behind the camera. Yep. There's 3 lies. Are you happy?
I will say it probably was not the best idea to like leave this thing as like the first thing we do when our minds are like not as fresh.
Okay, it's a newer piece of evidence. It's
What's-
not any of this old crap. So go back to the new stuff.
It's old stuff.
You never know. It could be the old stuff.
What's that?
No,
I'm just covering the lies.
no, no.
What is that telegram? I don't remember.
It's saying that Hosonaga got the details of from Judge Chikoku's office. The names.
That's right.
Wait, inspect it. I don't know.
The small piece.
We can't inspect the sword, Karuma?
I mean, we can.
Karuma. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Also, welcome
Inspect
Gamer
it.
Zero. No, it should be good. I think I bounced out everyone during the tournament, so it shouldn't have been that bad. But welcome to stream. Let's see. Yep. Good blade. Tip is missing. We've already examined this. Tip of the great sword broken. Such a shame. Yeah, we've seen this all before.
Have we? I don't remember.
Yeah, because we found the tip was lodged in the trunk. In
Right.
Gregson's case.
Okay, so never mind then.
But-
Never mind.
but-
How free could it be?
Oops.
What is that thing again?
It's the passport. The French passport for one passenger. Yeah, we've already discovered all this, so we have all the
Yeah,
evidence.
present the bloodstain on that thing.
You want to present the trunk?
The bloodstain on the trunk?
It's not.
Well, it's just present the trunk entirely.
Oh, I don't know. I literally don't know what could contradict that claim
That he wasn't killed.
instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the
Other than
point we
like
should focus on. The
deficiencies.
fact that he couldn't have died instantly. Died instantly when he was shot on the scene at Fresno Street. The murder weapon? What is the murder weapon? Do we have the murder weapon? The pistol? Do we know anything about this thing?
Inspect it. Let's see.
Let's see, so this is the type of revolver, standard issue. Yep, okay.
Something.
It's fine.
Something.
Nothing pertinent was added. I don't think this is it. Honestly, it might be the trunk. I'm gonna send it.
Send it.
Nope, wasn't that. All right. Okay.
My next guess is that it is the
2 lives left.
top No, you're saying we just presented
We
that.
presented this
Yeah, we
first,
did already.
and then we presented the autopsy report, and then we just presented the case.
What is that blue paper again?
The evacuation drill.
That thing. Can we examine it?
This is it. The passports, you think?
Hmm.
No, I have no idea. I don't know what Ace Attorney does this every now and then, where there's something's just out of left field, dude.
Well, at the same time, we also haven't played the game for. We always come
But
back
there's
to
two
the game
different
too.
autopsy reports. Hold on,
Yeah,
there's
one's for
two different
Clint's.
ones.
It's for what's his face's brother.
Okay.
For Van Zeek's brother. You haven't looked at half the evidence. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Now I'm not expecting you to know the answer.
What are those papers next to the trunk?
This one?
No.
Why don't we try the blue papers that we just found?
Why don't we try the pocket watch? Wait, try the pocket watch.
It's pocket watch itself.
Just do the pocket watch. Trust me.
Take that!
It's over, dude. I have no idea.
Well, we might just have to. We gotta reach the point where we just
Save
have to go.
before someone says we can't save.
It doesn't matter if we can't save. We fail here. We just go back to where we started, which was literally right here.
Save.
Still safe.
Maybe don't save. I don't want to save with 1 HP.
I guess that's true. I say we try the blue papers. Maybe.
Yeah, we can try them. What's the lucky charm? It's the thing Iris gave us.
You've already seen this.
To
You've already done
communicate. Yeah, to communicate with Herlock Sholmes. All right, I can try the blue papers. I don't think this is it though. All right, let's go ahead and load.
this. Load.
Great, we're just gonna slowly go through each and every piece of evidence, I guess.
Yeah, now we can just do. Now we can get the other half of the evidence.
Yeah. All right.
Now I'm just curious as what they think it is.
Well, it's not what they
Nothing else
think.
really
They
makes
know,
sense to me.
obviously.
Nothing else makes sense.
Take that!
It's not.
Okay, it's not that.
Still think
It's
about it
not
though. I
that.
don't want to just
It's
like
not
randomly
that.
pick it. Like I just want to figure it out.
I don't want to figure it out randomly.
I could have figured it out by now. I would have figured it out. I reach this point in every Ace Attorney game. It happens.
No. It's the candles. It's the candles.
Take
Yeah,
that!
do it. Dude, this sucks. It's literally, it's nothing.
Well, at least it's not like. At least it's not a cross-examination, so we know which. It's not like which statement we have to guess to.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah.
It's not the red hairpiece, dude.
Wait, go left. Oh wait. Go to the. Do that one.
Which
We've
one?
done that one. The autopsy report.
Yeah, we've done the
That
autopsy
one.
report.
We did? Are we sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're positive.
Take
Yep.
that!
Oh, I did it.
Hey, I feel like it's something about the
What?
because we're then gonna say because the fish and chips. That's probably what.
Well, let's keep going.
Excuse me. Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
We'll
to me.
still explain. Don't worry.
I guess so.
It'll explain.
Oh, sorry.
A photograph of the victim in the very location you claim he wasn't killed.
Yes, but the point is the posture of the body itself. If Inspector
yes, of
Gregson
course.
had been shot there in that room, it's out of the question that his body would have been curled up in a ball like that.
Who's doing this one?
I think I was. Also, to be fair, technically he could get shot and then fall down and then go into the fetal position.
Well, then he wouldn't have died
and then
instantly.
die.
The whole
That's the
point is
thing,
they're
he
claiming.
didn't die instantly.
Oh, right, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but your logic is flawed. You could easily have adopted that fetal position due to the pain of the shot, which subsequently proved fatal.
Objection!
Objection. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Judge Jigoku, but it's your logic that is flawed.
Oh,
What?
According to this autopsy report, the victim died instantly. He would have felt no pain, much less have been able to draw himself into that position. Which begs the question of why the victim's body is curled up in that way. Though the answer should be abundantly clear by now.
Because he was. Oh, because
He was
in the
moved.
suitcase.
Yeah.
You're suggesting.
The inspector's body took on that posture ahead of its arrival on Fresno Street, before it was coldly turned out onto the floor from the inside of the large travel trunk.
No!
You're quite right. The shape of the body. It looks exactly as if it had been kept in a confined space. Well, yeah, because wouldn't he get, like, rigor mortis, like, all hard and stuff?
Judge Jigoku, present your trunk for examination. Don't worry, this game's all about the dramatics, gamer Zero. I believe it's very possible that it will contain traces of the victim's blood.
Blood?
Present my trunk? I refuse. That is
What?
good.
On what grounds?
I'm Minister of Foreign Affairs from the Empire of Japan. I shouldn't have to put up with this treatment just because of some stripling's baseless accusations. In other words, Judge Jigoku, there is blood in your trunk. I decline to answer that. As a Minister of Foreign Affairs, I have privileges that
Objection!
Allow me to.
At this moment, you're not a government minister. You are a witness in a trial in Britain's highest courts. I don't care who you are and what your status outside this courtroom might be. You will not withhold information. Nothing is more important than the truth. Where's our jury?
Order in court. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what's it to be? You can't be serious. You did it.
Have you no shame at all? Kazuma Asugi?
What?
Very well, I admit it. I did bring the inspector. It's funny how he
We've caught him
admits it
so many times
when
now.
I know, but he could have just like showed the suitcase and been like, "Oh yeah, like I had like fresh fish that bled."
Then they can test
I'm
it.
sure they would have tested it.
And it wouldn't smell like fish. And then where's your fish?
And then, like, the moment there's blood, regardless, even if he's like, oh, yeah, I have fresh fish in my truck, I don't think that's gonna fly the moment they see blood.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Ice Turning Game can kind of be brain dead, dude.
But I'm sure he'll say, "Oh yeah, I brought it over, but it wasn't me that killed him." I did bring the inspector's body into the country. Inside my trunk. Exactly as postulated by the defense.
Even though 2 seconds ago he was denying it.
Well, that's the whole
Baseless
point. He's not trying to get caught. Of course he's gonna deny it. What?
You. Dear goodness, outrageous.
So it was the
Wait, are we gonna go back and read
no, like that's just it just cut off. That's just how it is.
That's how it is.
Oh really?
He cut me off.
No. I admit to nothing more than what I've said. Of killing the man, I certainly have no recollection. Psst.
What on earth is that cryptic statement supposed to mean?
I merely disposed of the inspector's body, which was left in my cabin, in order to avoid unwanted attention. As the judicial assistant over there pointed out, I had no chance to throw it into the ocean. So, I decided my only option was to bring it into Britain with me and dispose of it somewhere else.
You can't still deny it. Even if you didn't do it, then who on earth did kill the man? You usually skip this part. Skip what part? What part are you saying you skip, Aldo?
I would just skip this part.
No, he just means the game. I usually skip this.
He just
game.
means the stream. He just skips this part of the stream, you know.
As you know, there was one other person in my cabin that night. He had the opportunity. And moreover, he'd already accepted a mission to take the inspector's life. Oh! So much fist slamming. That's right. Who else could it have been? It was you, Kazuma Asagi.
You?
Oh my gosh. I
He's
never
not
thought you'd stoop to this Seishiro Jigoku.
He's not even looking at him.
I know, it's true.
He's looking right at the... Anyways. You've taken the words straight out of my mouth, Prosecutor Kazuma Asagi. You thought by leaving the body in my cabin, you could pin the crime on me, didn't you?
Did you?
Did you?
Well, the prosecution counsel has already admitted to visiting the witness's cabin on the night in question.
Yes, on an assassination mission, no less.
You wouldn't!
Oh my gosh.
So, what do you make of that, young stripling?
This poor desk, dude.
You've heard my testimony now, and that's all I have to say on the matter. I'll admit to nothing more. I don't believe this.
Counsel for the defense. What is your position now? The court awaits your response to the witness's assertion. The assertion that on the night in question, the victim's assailant was in fact Mr. Kazuma Asogi.
This isn't the dead end it seems to be. The answer's right in front of me. It comes down to Jigoku or Kazuma. Both of them had the opportunity to kill Gregson, but only one of them did it. And I'm just a step away from proving who. Very well, the defense is ready to respond to the assertion put forward by Judge Jigoku. The idea that the victim's murder could have been committed by Prosecutor Asogi is... Let's save real quick. I think it's possible.
Impossible.
I think it's possible.
I
Right?
think it's impossible.
Why is that?
Impossible.
Why is
Because
that?
the sword's broken and has no blood on it.
What if Gregson defended the trunk? Wait, I mean, you can still kill with that blade, but I mean, you can still wipe off the blade.
Nope.
Nope. So you want to say
That's
impossible?
my assertion. What are you gonna do? No, it's my assertion.
I'll follow you. I'll
Come
follow
with
you,
something
man.
else.
I'm following you.
It's in my assertion. That's how this game works. I asserted it, so. now
So
you
that
have
means
to
it must be
defend
true, right? That's how this game works.
Yeah, it's true. I
Okay,
asserted
so it's
it.
impossible. All right, perfect. I think it's possible.
Asserted.
Judge Jigoku, let me remind you of something you said only a few minutes ago. You claim that the logical reasoning is the future of the judicial process.
It is no question.
Well, logical reasoning can prove something else, something here. Namely, that it would have been impossible for Prosecutor Asogi to commit the crime. I guess you were right, Matt.
It's because I asserted it.
What?
Nandeska. The court will only accept an argument that is supported.
No! Oh!
The court will only accept an argument that is supported by compelling evidence.
So
Bullshills.
going way too loud.
Yeah, maybe you should move the mic a little closer to Ivana.
What proof is it that demonstrates the impossibility of Prosecutor Asagi's
man.
His sword, bro. Present the sword. Oh, I got this game's. I'm on this game. I have its number, bro.
Wait, this
I know
proves his.
exactly what it was,
This
bro.
proves the impossibility of his involvement?
Bro, just trust the brain. It's the sword.
Yes, well, the guy's not withholding evidence anymore because he admitted it. Okay, I'll trust it. You got the impossible part right, so...
Other.
Well, I think you're wrong, so,
Ow.
Okay, let's, yeah, I figured it wasn't that.
Yeah,
Let's try again.
You're wrong.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying yes.
No.
I freaking took a bow.
You took a...
Yeah. I thought he was like, oh yeah, that's it, because the music stopped. I was like, oh, fetch, let's go.
Alright, let's see. Where's the proof that allegedly demonstrates the impossibility of Asogi's involvement?
Wait, that... Wait, go right? No, wait.
Present the case, Gregson's case.
The case? Okay.
Hey.
Take that!
Okay, well,
Ugh.
Well, it wasn't that. Man, we're doing so good today.
oh yeah. No, we're just warming back up. It's fine.
Well, it's weird that it's like
Ugh.
it's impossible of.
Okay, the game's lost me here.
Maybe it's the blue papers this time. Maybe.
What do I think is the evidence? I think it's the gun. Maybe.
Send it.
Well, let me look at the evidence for a second.
Why would it be the gun?
Because they only issued to, like, police, right? And he doesn't have one. And then he was shot to death. No, but that doesn't show the impossibility.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe. No.
Oh.
I think it's the gun, honestly.
Okay,
We
do
did
it.
the case, we did the sword.
You
I don't
won't
think
do it.
anything. Okay.
You won't.
I don't know.
You won't.
1 second. Let me look at this for just real quick.
Alright, use matches only that of the whatever.
Take that!
Oh, nope, that's wrong. Okay, well, let's go ahead and load
Then
load back up.
Do the autopsy report.
Yeah, it might be the autopsy because that's
'Cause it
along
was
the same
saying that the
lines.
gun-
Is only issued to certain people. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so impossible. This is where you throw everything against the wall until you fight the right item. No, no, no. Point now. We got this. We got this. Yeah, the gun
Yeah, go
laws
to the
in Japan are
autopsy report.
pretty strict.
Again.
Take that!
Okay, that's not it. Okay, well, okay, all right, all right,
Blue
all right,
papers.
all right,
Blue
all right, all
papers.
right.
Blue papers.
What papers? There's a lot of papers.
Blue papers.
Blue papers. These?
Yep.
Those ones. Because he threw it away. And something about like everyone had to be there. I think he sent this.
I don't think. Oh, yep. Never mind.
Aha!
This itinerary for crew members of the SS Grouse, my lord. This is conclusive proof.
An itinerary? How does that prove anything?
Judge Jigoku, the moment you acknowledge that you found the victim's body in your cabin,
Yeah, he said nobody.
this itinerary suddenly became much more significant.
What? Why?
On the night in question, as always, a crewman sentry was on guard outside your cabin door. As long as he was there, nobody could have fired a shot inside the cabin.
Absolutely, because it's inconceivable that the god.
Wrong voice.
It's inconceivable that the guard wouldn't have heard it and come to investigate.
So that tells us that the crime must have taken place when the guard was elsewhere. And that narrows it down to the 20 minutes just after 10 o'clock as indicated on the itinerary.
Yes, I see no flaw in your reasoning so far.
Finally.
But the crucial point is this: when the evacuation drill took place, the steamship had already put to sea from the port of Dunkirk. Now, clearly the murder could have only been committed by someone who was aboard the vessel at the time. But prosecutor Asoki stated in yesterday's proceedings,
I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life. So I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. We spent that night at a boarding house in the town and returned to England the following morning.
which I'm sure the court will agree is conclusive proof that Cosmo
asserted
Asugi couldn't possibly have carried out the killing.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. I don't accept that at all.
What do you mean?
I was just saying that to exonerate himself. We can't trust that he really disembarked the vessel. Obviously, after he left my cabin, he hid himself somewhere nearby on the ship. Just waiting for his chance to come back.
Objection! No, that's out of the question. Isn't it, Kazuma?
As the defense rightly recalls,
I disembarked the vessel and spent the night in a boarding house in Dunkirk. And as I said yesterday, I signed my name in the accommodations register book.
Perfect.
All extremely easy to verify and undeniable proof.
No,
There's no escape this time. You can forget that you're a judge or a government minister. It's time you gave the court an honest answer as a common man. Shoot, it sounds like he's just gonna break it. It's gonna pull off the folding. You killed Inspector Tobias Gregson and transported his corpse back to Britain. Objection, Your Honor. He was clearly late to about 60% of streams. Okay, alright, Pix Plays, calm down. You have no evidence. Then you dumped the body in the room on Fresno Street and made it look as if the murder had happened there. That's what really happened, isn't it? Seishiro Jigoku.
It was that damn trial 10 years ago. That's when all this began. Looking back now, my fate was decided that day.
This is my normal state.
I was doomed already.
Nice! This is what I was waiting for the entire time. Okay, what is happening? Dang, he hit it with such downward force that he knocked it back up.
My life is over.
Yeah, he's going Super Saiyan. He's losing it. It's okay. Honestly, that was one of the calmer Ace Attorney breakdowns that I've seen.
Yeah, what the freak?
A British assassin to eliminate a professor in Japan. A Japanese assassin to eliminate a detective in Britain. Both assassins will use diplomatic immunity to evade conviction and return safely to their homelands. Oh.
The assassin exchange request arrived from Britain about 1 year ago. Though it was hardly a request, it was a demand.
And for that, you decided to recruit Mr. Asogi. But things didn't go according to plan. Your chosen assassin never made it to Britain, and you found yourself unable to dispatch a replacement, because I was already on my way to Britain at the time, in Kazuma's place.
And that left me with only one option for carrying out my obligation. To eliminate the mark myself, personally. Of course, there was but a single opportunity for me to do that.
The International Forensic Science Symposium, I presume?
That's right. I decided it would be safest to carry out the plan before my arrival in Britain. So I enlisted the help of my British counterpart and made arrangements for a pretext that would take the inspector to Dunkirk. To lure the man in, he was given a sham mission by the Reaper.
What? The Reaper?
But there's only one person who could have done that. The mastermind of the entire operation. The Reaper himself.
Ah.
So, that means that the assassin exchange was... It was all planned by the Reaper. I'm not at liberty to say anything about my British counterpart.
Why not? Oh my gosh, dude.
Watch the Reaper be freaking...
It's a legal thing. It's all about government, you know?
Anyway, the inspector accepted the Reaper's mission and dutifully infiltrated my cabin on the steamship. But it was all a trap designed to lead him to France and his own death. Oh, how awful. It was past 9 o'clock when I returned to my cabin from the dining hall that evening. It didn't give him time to attack me. It choked him until he lost consciousness. There was a guard just outside the door, so I left it at that for the time being.
You do not create your own character in Phoenix Wright. In this Phoenix Wright.
Even the slightest noise might have aroused a suspicion, so I bided my time, waiting.
You play as Phoenix Wright's ancestor in this game. For the 20 minutes after 10 o'clock.
I'd intended to finish him by strangulation, but moments before I had the chance, he suddenly came round and went for me in a reckless move. I received the British issue gun 16 years earlier, being a member of the judiciary as a visiting student.
They gave a gun to a student?
Wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hey, but this is like pre-2000s, dude. There weren't school shootings back then. It probably was commonplace.
I never imagined I'd have to use it for something like that.
The British ish.
Well, the revolver belongs to you, does it?
Then the victim was killed inside your cabin on the SS Grouse, which begs the question of why you arranged for his body to be discovered in the room on Fresno Street.
The young judicial assistant over there has already answered that question. There was no way I could take the body up on deck to throw it over the side. That's precisely where all the crewmen were gathered for the evacuation drill. So, before the first-class cabin sentries returned, I took the corpse to the refrigeration room.
Oh, you got it. And then on arriving in Dover, you concealed the body in your trunk in order to smuggle it past the border police.
I knew I needed to take steps if the police were to be convinced that when the body was found in London.
In that case, you must have known. You must have had intimate details of Inspector Gregson's intended schedule.
Yes. My British counterpart sent me everything I needed to know. The inspector was due at Fresno Street at 5 o'clock that afternoon, in order to meet a man by the name of Hugh Boone, from whom he would take back his police identification.
Ah,
I decided that man would be the perfect person to set up as the culprit. So I took a hackney carriage over there with the body still in my trunk.
that must have been just after we took this photograph with you at the hotel then.
Yes, I wasn't expecting a welcoming committee. I was more than a little nervous. On Fresno Street, I spotted a young girl selling little firecrackers.
Miss Venus, of course.
Conceived of the candle trick there and then. So I donned a simple disguise and approached the girl to buy enough firecrackers to replicate a gunshot.
What sort of disguise?
Glasses.
For some reason, the inspector had a bright red hairpiece in his own traveling case. So I put that on, although I suspect I drew more attention to myself in that than I would have otherwise. The hairpiece we found at the scene, the inspector had it ready for the Red-Headed League investigation. I only arrived at the room at around 4:45. I quickly placed the body on the floor, moved the notice board, and set up my little candle trick. I arranged it so the firecrackers would go off with a bang around 15 minutes later.
That Mr. Boone, who was due to arrive at 5, would walk straight into a trap.
Except, at the last moment I made a careless blunder.
What was that?
I imagine it was the bag of fish and chips.
Ah,
I didn't notice it had fallen out of his overcoat pocket when I moved the body to the refrigeration room. I put it back into his pocket the following morning, but... well, it seems the warmth of the heated cabin had accelerated the decay of the fish. Anyway, that's everything. All the sordid details of what I did.
no more witness stand.
Yeah.
Now I gotta identify the Reaper? That's Strongheart, let's be honest. It's totally Strongheart.
I've heard enough.
Right?
Someone with intimate details of Gregson's schedule?
We've arrived
Yeah.
at the truth about the murder of one of the country's most capable and respected police inspectors. The witness will be tried in the coming days. For a crime of such a vile nature, you can expect the most severe penalty.
An exchange of assassins. What a foolhardy idea.
Mr. Jigoku, one last detail. Who was your counterpart in Britain? Who was the mastermind behind the assassin exchange?
Take him down with you.
Nothing you say now can make matters any worse for you. Just tell us.
Enough! I've already told you. That I cannot say.
Even though as things stand, you may very well never set foot in your homeland again.
Ooh, I just moved my chair onto my foot. Ow.
That
What are you
sounds
waiting
very
for?
painful.
Can't we get this over with now?
I'm okay.
It's finished. All of it.
I'm finished.
I'm finished.
I'm finished.
Then, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I now pronounce the findings of this court. This man before us has admitted to the willful murder of Tobias Gregson. Seishiro Jigoku, it is the opinion of this court that you should be found guilty.
And this isn't how it works. You're supposed to just say my client's not guilty.
And may I remind all those present of this strict confidentiality demanded by this closed court.
What are you gonna say? My man's not guilty.
I know, right?
Guilty.
Moments ago, Mr. Jigoku signed a written confession, admitting to the murder of Inspector Gregson and the subsequent conveyance of the body. In short, the defendant's innocence has therefore been established beyond doubt.
Don't.
You gotta clip
Oh,
this, and then the
wonderful.
TikTok comments will go wild, correcting me.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes. Thank you.
Is something wrong?
I'm just a little troubled by his silence.
The true identity of the Reaper of the Bailey and this extraordinary assassin exchange. We do remain in the dark about these mysteries. However, insofar as the indictment brought against the defendant in this trial, we have reached a conclusion.
I have every intention of pursuing both mysteries. As a prosecutor,
As you wish. Now, for the formal adjudication. I hereby declare the defendant Baroque Van Zeeks.
Can't let it end just yet.
The prosecution calls for adjudication to be deferred.
Counsel.
Counsel?
Counsel.
The accused innocence hasn't been fully established at all,
What?
and therefore it would be wrong to deliver a verdict at this time. That is the prosecution's unwavering position.
What?
Judge Jigoku has already confessed.
He was over here trying to use his position as an excuse to withhold evidence? Yes, that was what Judge Ikuku was trying to do.
Nevertheless, Baroque Van Zeeks has committed crimes for which he must be punished.
Well, it would appear you have information that the court needs to hear, Prosecutor Asogi.
Yep, you are correct, Point Nab.
Certainly, the murder of Inspector Gregson was actually carried out by Seishiro Jigoku. But it's clear from the witness's testimony that he was coerced into complying with the plot. Into this sick, merciless assassin exchange.
That may be true, but
So what I want to know is, who coerced Jigoku? Who was pulling the strings? The victim went to France, having been ordered on a mission for the Reaper, only to be murdered.
You went.
In other words, the mastermind
That's all
behind the
of a sudden.
assassin exchange is someone in a position to give such an order. As we've already established, the Reaper himself.
Well, certainly that would appear to follow.
The prosecution hereby formally accuses the man in the dock, Baroque Van Zeeks. Or is it Baroque Van Zeeks?
no idea.
Of being the Reaper of the Bailey. And furthermore, I'm going to prove his guilt beyond all reasonable doubt.
What?
I think that's not how that would have sounded.
What?
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 What? Order. I thought we were just messing with the voices, sorry. Thomas started it.
The Reaper of the Bailey is a
Be
long-standing
right back.
mystery.
You keep
Counsel. Are you suggesting you have some new information with which to build a case?
Scotland Yard has already investigated Lord Van Zieks very thoroughly in that regard, and they found no evidence whatsoever to substantiate the claim that he is the Reaper.
Wow, that was weird. I just realized you were doing that voice. Perhaps, but circumstances have now changed.
What do you mean?
It's already been established that the Assassin Exchange was negotiated with Jigoku by the Reaper himself. Which means we now have the new line of questioning by which to identify definitively the man's identity. That is the prosecution's intention here. I must say I'm surprised by quite how tenaciously you appear to want to besmirch my name. You are guilty of an unforgivable crime, Lord Van Zieks. And I will bring you to justice for it, whatever it takes.
That explains Kazuma's silence before. He'll stop at nothing to finish what Lord Van Zieks unwittingly starting the 10 years ago.
Very well. Whilst it's extremely irregular, I will on this occasion grant the prosecution further opportunity for witness testimony.
Who are we bringing out this time?
The defendant will disclose any and all involvement he has had with the Reaper and the Assassin
Oh,
Exchange.
still just Van Zieks.
I thank you, my lord, for guiding the court so wisely.
I hereby declare this court to be in session for a supplementary hearing. Whoa.
Man, the pyrotechnist in this corner, next level.
Oh! Page! Let me...
Pray turn a blind eye to the discourtesy as I verify this vile and unremitting accusation. Hasn't soured the contents of my hallowed chalice.
Lord Van Zieks. No respect for the court. Wait, they already got a new thing for the witness. They already got a new witness stand-in, I just realized.
I first had to suffer the pseudonym of the Reaper 10 years ago now. And ever since that time, I've endured the weight of implied guilt that's gone with it.
Hey, now it's kind of nice. So I welcome the chance to testify now and crush those allegations once and for all. Good.
What happened? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Basically, Cosmos
basically-
just accusing Van Zieks of being the Reaper.
Okay.
And so he's just
Then
testifying
let
about it.
justice decide, Lord
That's
Van
experiment.
Zieks. The prosecution seeks to begin building its case by calling the accused to the stand as the primary witness.
Then why are you talking like that?
In order that he may answer the accusation brought by the prosecution that he is the Reaper of the Bailey.
And what says the defense?
Putting the defendants in the witness stand can be extremely dangerous. And
Oh, what's happening? Who's saying that?
Thomas.
Oh wait, I go.
Well, you weren't there.
Cosmos is so emotional at the moment. He's not thinking logically.
You're right, that he's not himself. Why does Cosmos sound like that? Don't worry about it. That's just his normal voice. But I knew it would be like this, and I came here today determined to face him through whatever might arise, as a lawyer and as his friends.
And that's what we must do.
The defense has no objection, my lord.
Very well, defendant. You will take the witness stand and give formal testimony on the subject of your involvement with the Reaper and the Assassin Exchange.
I kind of want some new characters on the stand already.
As you wish, my
Right.
lord.
They're all just voiced by Matt. There's 3 of the characters here are all just voiced by Matt.
You don't like my voices? What?
No, I just want more. I just want more
I can
variety.
enjoy the anime, brother. Gee.
I want more lines.
I've never taken the life of another.
I'm tired of listening to
Nor have I
Snape.
instructed an
You do his voice then.
No, it's okay. You got it. You're doing such a good job. See, even Gamer Zero says he's doing a good job.
Nor have I instructed another to kill.
And I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, man, where are all the other characters?
I've been investigating the truth behind the Reaper for years, and I was aware of Gregson's involvement. That's the reason why I went to Fresno Street that day, and how I came to discover the body. The point is, no common thread exists between myself, Gregson, and Dr. Wilson. Clearly, therefore, there's no reason to suspect me of being behind the assassination exchange.
This is weird, because now what? Cosmo's gonna be cross-examining him?
That's what I was gonna say.
So you deny all accusations by the prosecution. Both that you are the Reaper of the Bailey, and that you masterminded the assassin exchange.
I acknowledge that the public at large believes me to be the Reaper. However, that's a fallacy, which I alone am in a position to forswear. Naturally, the prosecution believes the testimony just given by the accused to be untrue. Your Honor, liar, liar, pants on fire. Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Yes?
Let me ask you, why are you here? Why are you even here? What really brings you to this courtroom?
A desire to uncover the truth.
Even if the truth proves your client to be guilty? Yes.
From all my experiences in this court, I've come to realize something.
I'm never
The
wrong.
truth can't be hidden. Sooner or later, it will come out. So it's always my intention to work with my client in the pursuit of the truth.
I want you to remember what you just said.
Enough dilatory chatter. Counsel for the defense. Proceed to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, my lord. I know exactly what you're thinking, Kazuma. I know you're just waiting to point it out. The contradiction you've convinced lies somewhere within this man's testimony. Alright.
We still have to do it.
See what we can find. Yep, it's still our job.
That's weird. I've never seen the life of another. Wait.
So you're not what the general public refers to as the infamous Reaper of the Bailey.
Exactly. Don't imagine for a moment that the court will be satisfied with a one-word answer on this. I realize that.
If you're intending to comment on every sentence, this could take a while, Kazuma. Didn't you find it disturbing, though, that one by one defendants who've been acquitted after your unsuccessful prosecution were killed?
Let me answer that question by posing another. If, one by one, defendants who'd been acquitted after your successful defense were killed, would you find that disturbing?
Disturbing? I couldn't possibly say how that would make me feel with a one-word answer like that.
Exactly.
Well, what that told me.
But even though I'm not the Reaper, that doesn't mean I ignored all the hearsay.
Hold it!
You say for years. How long exactly?
No, 4 years, not 4 years. 4 years. Since the very first time the Reaper's influence was felt in this courtroom. 10 years ago now.
And your investigations led you somehow to Inspector Gregson, you're saying?
I didn't want to believe it. He was a personal acquaintance. We had worked on cases together in the past.
A friend, even.
It felt like a betrayal, but I demanded permission to search his office at the Yard without his knowledge. Which is when you found his secret notebook, is it? And when I first learned of the location he'd noted only as grouse, and the appointment at 5 p.m. on the 31st. Though I didn't know the significance of those details at the time.
So now we're at the nub of the matter.
As it turns out, the significance for me personally was very unfortunate.
Now that I think about it, I think it's the autopsy report, maybe with Clint Van Zieks, and maybe for this. I think this might be the.
Hold it!
I'll do it.
This might. Well, I'm gonna press it first. There is a link between you and Gregson, though.
I Of course, we were close acquaintances. We'd worked on numerous cases together. I consider the man to be a mentor of sorts. He taught me a number of important lessons.
He did? Such as what?
How to murder a man. How to kill. Where to buy good fish and chips and such like.
Well, that was convincing.
Dr. Wilson was a coroner, of course, but that was some time in the past. And in any case, I understand it was several years ago now that he was invited to work at a Japanese university.
That's right, he was visiting a professor at Imperial Yume University in Tokyo.
It should be unambiguously clear then that no link exists between myself and him. In other words, I had no motive for sending some assassin across the oceans to kill the man.
It sounds plausible enough and I want to believe it, but something about this just doesn't sit quite right with me. Well,
I'll present.
what do I present here?
Present!
Lynch's autopsy by Wilson. Yep, it's this. Yep.
Yep.
Objection!
What is this? An autopsy report? Wait, this is 10 years old. From the autopsy of Lord Clint Van Six!
What?
My brother's autopsy report.
I'm pleased to see the defense doesn't intend to run from the undeniable truth. What's that, brother?
What reason do you have for presenting a 10-year-old autopsy report here, Counsel?
This, the autopsy report of the professor's final victim, is an indelible link between Inspector Gregson, Dr. Wilson, and the defendant.
Not that accursed name again. The Professor. I've personally researched all of the court records relating to that case. I know that at the time, autopsy was considered sacrilege to the victims' souls. And for a member of the aristocracy like Lord Clint Van Six, it was unthinkable. But someone implored the powers that be to allow the autopsy to go ahead. Inspector Gregson. He declared that he was certain he would obtain conclusive proof from the procedure.
And it was Dr. Wilson who conducted the autopsy. Signature is clearly visible on the document.
As promised by Gregson, the autopsy did indeed produce evidence. Evidence that conclusively proved Genshin Asugi was guilty of the murders. In my brother's dying moments, he mustered all his remaining strength to leave that vital clue behind.
Indeed, that was the key to indicting the professor for his crimes, and the conclusive evidence that convicted him. It enabled Lord Van Ziekt here to avenge his brother's senseless death, with a marvelous victory in court.
A marvelous victory, was it? I wonder if that's really true.
What?
Oh, what? Could the same be said if it was turned out that the key piece of evidence in question was in fact fabricated? If the inspector, the coroner, and the prosecutor all colluded together to cast an innocent Japanese man as a mass murderer and send him to his death.
That's outrageous! It's a scandal!
And now, 10 years later, for some reason, the secret has been threatened and needs protecting. Which is why the inspector and the coroner had to be silenced, isn't it? By someone in power in Japan and in Britain, using the two killers recruited for the assassin exchange.
Wait, so he's saying that
The two people who died were the other two people involved.
Order at once!
10 years ago, my father was convicted in this very courtroom as a mass murderer, to be sentenced to death. But it was all a sham, and I swore to myself that I'd prove it. Which is why I had to come to Britain, whatever the cost. You'll have to forgive me if I feel compelled to toast to this vengeful Nipponese's tenacity of purpose here.
At least he's not just calling us that.
However, he who fails to quash his emotions in the courtroom has failed as a lawyer.
Come on, Kazuma, you know this won't wash. You're claiming your father was misrepresented in a child trial that took place a whole decade ago. You must see that without evidence. That's nothing more than a wild accusation.
As that happens, I have evidence.
What?
As the court has heard, I crossed the channel to France with Gregson on the 31st. I went with him on the pretext of being the assassin recruited to kill Seishiro Jigoku.
I don't know if he's stolen.
But my true intentions were to make the inspector tell me the truth.
What truth?
The truth about the evidence, and he acknowledged what I'd already deduced. There's a closely guarded secret about what went on in that autopsy 10 years ago.
What? A secret? I know nothing of any secret.
Well, that's why it's a secret.
While we waited for my supposed mark in Jigoku's cabin, I drew my clan's illustrious sword, Karuma, before the inspector's eyes.
You're saying you threatened the inspector?
Oh, this is gonna explain the trunk.
He very quickly understood what my true motive was.
Right, I see. You're that Asogi's young lad, are you? And what? You're gonna cut me down with that thing, is it? Is that it?
I feel bad now that he has like this stupid accent. He's dead.
Now we'll never hear from him again.
That will very much depend on the answers you give to my questions. I want to know what really happened 10 years ago. The truth, that's all.
Before we get into it, let me make one thing clear. I still believe your father was the professor. There's no doubt in my mind. But unfortunately back then, we didn't have the evidence we needed to make the crime stick. So
you admit it then? The evidence used in my father's trial was fabricated.
No. Let me do the voices for more characters.
it was for the good of the country. Anyway, I was just following orders.
Orders? What exactly did you do? Speak!
I'm not saying another word.
Even if your life depends on it.
That's right, even then.
And then Gregson pulls out his trunk like an expert master. So that's when the tip of the sword broke.
Well, Kazuma-sama.
If the results of Clint Van Ziek's autopsy were fabricated, then the investigating officer Gregson and the lead coroner Wilson must have known about it. Then they can only have been ordered to pervert the course of justice in that way by one man. The man leading the case for the prosecution, Barok Van Zieks.
In other words, the defendant did have cause to organize this exchange of assassins.
Exactly. And as was established earlier, it has to have been the Reaper himself who...
Liaised, I guess.
Yeah, liaised.
Laia said, with Jigoku in Japan to arrange the exchange.
Ah,
So it follows that the Reaper's true identity can only be that of the man who stands accused in this courtroom today, Barok Van Zieks.
Objection! Objection!
Kazuma Asagi.
What?
What you've just told the court, are you absolutely certain of your facts?
Did Gregson really fabricate evidence for that trial 10 years ago?
Am I racist? With no reason?
I heard it with my own ears. His shameful admission. My wife clicked off the game.
Well,
I can't see
it's
anything.
over. Guess I have to do all the voices now.
Why were you even touching the mouse? What's going on?
There you go.
In that case, I know the name of the Reaper.
We just hung up.
Oh, yeah, that's the end. What? What?
Lord Van Zeeks.
Oh no.
Wait, what did he just say?
He says that he knows the identity of the Reaper.
Oh, wait, what the heck?
I gave no such orders. I know that for certain. Which narrows down the remaining possibilities to one.
If Lord Van Zeeks isn't the one behind all this, then yes, there's only one other person who could have done something like that. I believe I know who it is too.
You!
That's right, me. I just had a feeling this name was going to come up. The true identity of the infamous Reaper of the Bailey is... We think it's this.
It's Sholmes.
What?
It's Sholmes.
What?
I'm just kidding. Of course it's male Strongheart, but it'd be funny if it was Sholmes.
Take that!
Present.
The only person who could have arranged the assassin exchange and manipulated the autopsy results is the Lord Chief Justice himself, Lord Male Strongheart.
Oh, Strongheart! Oh!
Yes, it's true that 10 years ago, the defendant handled the prosecution of the professor in court. But he only took over the case after his brother, Lord Clint Van Zeeks, had been killed.
I can only assume that this is the most inappropriate joke in British judicial history.
Hold on. Oh, too late.
But
I was gonna say, if you go back to that frame on the Chief Justice, and you imagine him completely clean shaven, that dude's got a weak jawline. Like he's like actually like a beta male. He's like I'm saying. I just want to point that out. The scene previous, not this one.
just that's just angles, man. You know, it's like how people get the double chin when you're based on how you're angled. He's looking down at everyone. Think about it. He's like so high up. He's literally standing. You know.
I'm
Well,
just saying, it looked silly.
Lord
He
Van
had no
Zeeks.
chin. 10 years ago, I was very new to my profession. But I had a burning desire to avenge my brother's death. So I pleaded for control of the case.
Strong drawing still.
Uh-uh.
And you can see there's still. You look, there's still a pretty good.
Hold on now. Imagine the bottom shaved. Bro, weak chin.
You can see the
weak
shadow
chin.
there. The
Weak
shadow.
chin, weak chin.
Objection!
Guess you have to present evidence.
The investigation to that point, the supplication of the lords to allow my brother's corpse to be examined. All the evidence I was given, the autopsy reports, it all came from you.
Wait, maybe that's why he like took over this case, because he's like, I gotta make sure that
I've spent
I have some control over this.
my life since then believing I was in your debt for the way you stood aside and let me handle the trial. But I see now, I was very much mistaken.
It was a hugely influential force that caused the inspector and the coroner to break the law 10 years ago. And that same force was still felt a decade later on the other side of the world by Seishiro Jigoku. Lord Strongheart, everything falls into place when we recognize that you are the Reaper of the Bailey.
What if he just pulls out a gun and just starts capping people?
They brought back the witness stand.
The court awaits your response, my lord. This may very well go down in British judicial history, but I assure you, it is no joke.
Oh, she said Andy.
Consider this a formal accusal. It's even funnier because I'm just imagining Thomas on the other end in his house, just like, I already can tell. There's no reaction. I don't even need to look at the stream. There's nothing from
Yeah,
Tom.
you're right. Not a single laugh out of me.
Just
Not even
literally
a
just looking
chuckle.
at us, waiting for us to shut up.
Not even a
That just made
chortle.
it so much better. It's his repressed anger.
I can't even hear half the
this-
things you say sometimes when you're just normally talking.
What?
Well, you're just normally talking, like, because, like, Ivana leans back and she's just saying stuff, right?
Oh.
So I can't
Also,
hear.
you just didn't even hear.
I
No.
just was joking. I said, what if the bottom of his shoe said Andy?
Yeah, no. All right, we can keep moving now. All right. All right, yeah, you know, that was not worth going back to.
It's just funny because he's just sitting there in his face, like holding his chalice,
He's not
and
moving.
he's got his foot up. Like, he's pretty flexible. Look at that. Like,
Okay.
he's blinking.
Consider this a formal accusal by the defense.
See, Gamer Zero's on my side.
It doesn't warrant a response. A formal accusal. Don't be absurd. The defense's claims are utter nonsense. A wild fantasy at best.
You're not going to defend yourself.
You claim there was some wrongdoing with Lord Clint Van Zeek's autopsy. That's utterly untrue.
Objection!
Object.
But I heard it from Gregson's own lips. He admitted to it.
And where is your evidence?
What?
Oh,
Gregson's dead now. Unless you were thinking of summoning a ghost to the stand.
Man, if only this was, never mind actually, but if only this was the future Ace Attorney games.
They do that, right?
They do that.
Yeah, they're bringing like a witch doctor lady, right?
Don't worry about it. Crying.
You,
Maya represents.
You mean to say
I forget how the system works in your little backwater country.
Yeah, we just summon spirit mediums and call the ghosts of the dead. Don't worry about it. It's pretty chill.
But in the course of the British Empire, without evidence, there is no case. I have no intention of entertaining some wild fantasy that can't possibly be substantiated by anyone or anything. Order in court. Following Inspector Gregson's murder, and in light of Dr. Wilson's death as well,
Don't worry, this guy's a judge. It's like the 1800s Gamer Zero. Being racist is like, you know, part of their just like back pocket. They just pull it out at any time.
there's really no one left who can testify about the events of 10 years ago, is there?
10 years ago. who
except
could
they're gonna bring in the
testify?
professor because he's still alive, right?
What? How's he still alive? Oh, well, I mean, no, he popped out, but they still killed him right after, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was the real purpose of the assassin exchange.
This court has no business raking over the coals of a case that was concluded a decade ago. The accusal brought by the prosecution and the defense is categorically denied.
This is where they bring in the queen to be the final judge, and we charge Lord Strongheart. Imagine.
I take it there are no objections.
Kazuma. He's more or less waited his whole life for this moment. Is there really nothing else we can do now? Is there no other avenue we can go down in pursuit of the truth about what happened all those years ago? If only there was someone who could testify about Clint Van Zeek's autopsy.
There's no one left.
Well,
There's no one left.
I mean, I
There's
guess.
no one left. There's no one left.
He's gone to extraordinary lengths to cover his tracks, even so far as dispatching an assassin all the way to Japan to Dr. Wilson's sentence to ensure Dr. Wilson's silence. Dr. Scythe won't say anything against Strongheart. But there's still one ray of hope.
Objection!
There's still like the warder, right? The prison warder.
It's Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, is it Herlock Sholmes?
It might be the prison warden.
Actually,
That might
there
be.
is one person. One person who could testify about that autopsy.
I think it's the prison warden.
Don't be ridiculous. There's no one left.
Who, Ryunosuke? Who? Tell me.
Mikotoba? Oh. Kazuma,
Please, this trial can't end. Not yet.
I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for the truth.
I'm telling you, it's the prison warden.
Oh no, Pointnow's right. Because the one who did the autopsy and it was signed by Wilson. And then the one who's signing all of Wilson's stuff was Mikotova. And then that's why Iris thought that he was her dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
fetch.
The person the defense would like to call to the stand to testify about the autopsy of Lord Clint Van Zeeks is.
Take that!
All right, but no more backseating point now. When we get stuck, you can say something like that, but
It's
don't
not
go
even
solving the puzzle. What?
Heaven help us. Another Japanese.
Yeah, you know, his true colors finally coming out.
Jeez. Every single person, when they're accused, they follow the same. It's like the hero's journey for the British when they're accused, dude. They say baseless accusation, and then they go immediately to racism. Well, no. I'm sorry. Baseless accusation. They just deny it. Then they insult us as a prosecutor, and then they go straight to racism. Sorry.
You know,
Sorry.
they just never seen something like us before, you know? Just can't understand our
different.
actions.
Go forward, that's where my leg is.
An expert in forensic medicine, my lord, Professor Eugene Mikotoba. 16 years ago, he came to London with Seishiro Jikoku and Genshin
believe that was
Asugi
a
as a
real
visiting
line.
student.
I know.
And what could his testimony possibly tell us?
Professor Mikotoba was the primary assistant during the autopsy in question. He was also the person who actually penned the report.
Incorrect. The autopsy was carried out by the coroner, Dr. Wilson. The report carries his signature.
Actually forged. It was the primary assistant's duty to keep a written record of the coroner's work during the procedure. In actual fact, the coroner merely read over the report at the end and signed it.
In other words, Professor Mikotoba witnessed the entire autopsy from start to finish. The defense demands that Professor Mikotoba be summoned as a witness as a matter of urgency. Whatever really happened in that autopsy laboratory 10 years ago is something only he can tell us.
No.
Yep.
The defense's demand is denied.
What?
But Professor Mikotoba is in London at this very moment. We could summon him to the stand in minutes.
And confirm my guilty. What is the word I'm looking for?
My
My guilty conscience.
Not conscience. The no. What? Okay, I'm not. There's a word, a specific word I'm looking for, but I can't remember what it is. Yeah, whatever. All right. No, of course he's not going to agree to it. Strongheart has no intention of summoning anyone who knows. He's too concerned about protecting himself.
Prosecutor Asogi, let me refresh your memory, as you seem to have forgotten the prosecution's stance. Only minutes ago, you accused the defendant of being the Reaper and of masterminding the assassin exchange.
I did, yes.
So present your evidence for those claims and make your case complete.
At this time, I don't have the requisite evidence. That's exactly why we need witness testimony.
Dang, he looks like he's about to beat someone with that thing.
The Professor case is closed. There are no clues in the distant past that will bolster your argument today. I'm afraid to say, Prosecutor Asogi, that you would appear to be possessed by the spirit of your late homicidal father.
Bruh.
Wow, now we're resorting to the supernatural insults, eh?
You're just
Now,
possessed.
as I stated earlier, this court has already reached a conclusion with respect to the matter at hand. Inspector Gregson was murdered by Japanese Supreme Court Judge Seishiro Jikoku.
Japanese.
As for any hidden circumstances that may exist, they will be investigated in due course by the proper authorities.
Objection! But we all know what will happen. That'll just give the mastermind of the whole venture time to cover his tracks again.
By which you mean me. Your punishment for this contemptible behavior will be decided at a later date. As for you, Prosecutor Asogi, you will be remanded following these proceedings. Willingly, I trust, since you gave your word.
Not gonna arg.
That's what.
Oh, sorry, it just cuts out, I guess.
Oh.
The futile game of revenge is over, young Master Asogi.
Yep, they're all gonna die. Reaper of the Bailey's just gonna hunt them all down after this case, and it's gonna be over. GG for Ace Attorney.
Now he's taking a crap.
You know,
Wait, it's not picking up.
you're entirely cutting out for that. There was not a single bit of that sound was heard.
I saw. I was like, it's not getting any of it. All of my passion.
Why not do it again?
Mr. Sholmes!
Walks in.
This is no place for amateur detection, Mr. Sholmes. May I remind you that these proceedings are closed to the general public. You will leave the courtroom at once.
Objection!
Objection! There are
Mr.
people behind me right now.
No, they're part of the closed court. Don't worry, they're not the general public.
From the bunny. We have the mic from the bunny. We've been leaking it to all Britain.
Mr. Sholmes was instrumental in the apprehension of Seirishiro Jigoku before he fled from Europe. The court should hear what he has to say. Lord Male Strongheart, it's imperative that you refrain from bringing this trial to an end at this stage.
Is it really? And why would that be?
You need only recall your own words from the opening of the trial to answer that question, if I may. We will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Surely it can't be that the shock of being accused of being the Reaper yourself has erased that from your memory, can it?
The whole truth, sir, has already been uncovered.
It would seem that we have a great many important members of the judiciary present here today. I put it to you, my dear fellows, should the trial end at this juncture? After all, why have you been invited to attend? To nod along to the prevarications of your superiors?
Prevarications?
I don't even know what that means. It's been a while since we've had a vocab word on this channel.
Order in court.
Prevarications. Let's
What's it
see. The deliberate act of deviating from the truth. Wow, it's like a very specific word that is so fitting for this game. Wow, I did not think that was gonna be so accurate.
I read this.
Where's the hat and the hand motions? Oh, don't worry about it. It seems to me that we stand before a door that leads to a new era of legal practices. A door that is ajar. Let us emerge from the shadows of the Reaper's decade-long ascendancy. For you, and you alone, my dear fellows, have the power to push this door open now.
The auditors in the gallery have no rights to express an opinion on court proceedings. Silence.
He's right! The judge has absolute authority here!
Yes, if he calls the trial to an end, it must end.
Some dark things occurring behind the scenes. Dark things indeed.
Is there a single person in here present? What's... The trial should go on! Summon the witness!
Witness! That's right, we need to clear this up before that young Japanese fellow poops his pants. My lord, you was arrested!
Vindicate yourselves! The truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. That's the very production of...
Toast to my dependable colleagues in the gallery.
Ladies and gentlemen,
On with the trial! On with the trial! Testify! Testify! Well, my lord. No, it is not over just yet, Hannah. In fact, looks like we're just about to head into the second half of the case. You know that the courtroom smells horrible with this many of them having pooped themselves? Yeah, I'm sure. You hear the voices of British justice, I take it. I think you'll find it will be rather awkward to silence.
Testify.
The court will shut the recess briefly.
I think that's what
I have no intention of shrinking from these allegations. Bailiff, arrange for the subpoena of the witness at once.
Really? He really just got peer pressured into it.
Yeah, he just got peer pressured into it.
As soon as the gentleman arrives at the
Weak.
courthouse.
I always knew this guy was a loser. What a pushover. A recess won't be necessary, my lord.
Pardon.
Mikotoba is a close friend of mine. He accompanied me today and is waiting in the antechamber as we speak. I do believe he's been enjoying a little trip down memory lane, in fact.
But Professor Mikotoba is here in the courthouse.
Mr. Sholmes, you didn't know this would happen, did you? My dear fellows, no one is in a better position to answer that question than you, surely. I wasn't just asking for the fun of it, you know. Imagine Strongheart's plan was, oh no, Professor Mikotoba was found dead. Oh, that'd be so funny.
I must thank you for your assistance in this matter, Mr. Sholmes. However, you are of no further use here. Kindly leave the court
you are
at
of no
once.
use.
You are
hate you.
useless.
I hate you!
But of course, in truth, I find myself rather busy now as a result of these developments. Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, yes. I trust you have Iris's little lucky charm with you. Absolutely, it's still in my pocket. She sends her regards and the reminder. If you find yourself at a dead end, the ears are at your disposal. Just one tug, if you please. Oh, of course.
In that case, the trial will continue without delay. Bailiff, show the witness to the stand.
I think it's a good stopping point.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna end the chapter, don't worry.
Okay.
So it's Lord Strongheart. He's the Reaper of the Bailey. Where exactly is this trial going to take me? I wonder. Just how deep am I about to be plunged into the blackness of the abyss? Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to head into the heart of this maelstrom and confront whatever horrors it tries to drown me under. And it's gonna save right here. See, it's fine.
Perfect.
To be continued. Wow, we can actually properly end with one of the sections.
That was actually so perfect timing.
Wow. Yeah, it's actually 10:58.
Perfect. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and call today's
So this
stream
is the last
here.
case.
This
Now
is
we're on the last case.
It's always been on the last case.
All right, this next one is the last episode.
It's not.
How many parts are there?
Don't worry about it.
There's 5 parts, right?
We've got to keep it a surprise, you know. We can't just say how many parts there are.
We want to do it in person, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I'll bring you guys in. Yeah,
Wait,
thanks
you
for stopping
looked it
by
up,
today,
huh?
Game Zero. I mean, yeah, I did originally look it up when we looked it up a while back, and I just still remember.
All right.
All right, it's fine. There's obviously going to be like this is like we're starting a new case at this point. Honestly, there's going to be like the wind up of the case, and then there's going to be like the conclusion of the case, and that's probably when we'll like start doing it in person.
We'll do the wind up and then we'll meet up for the conclusion. So one more time with us remotely, probably, and then
Hopefully,
we'll meet up.
we'll see. We'll see at the pace we move at.
And then we will have officially beaten it before me having a child.
We'll see. As I said, it all depends on how things fall.
I guess it's true. It all depends. Like that might be early.
It's true. You never know. Anything can happen, just like in court.
Anything can happen.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and end today's stream. Thank you all for watching. I'll stay on this view so I can just keep Matt there. I can just no, we'll just leave the scene. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's stream. We will be back hopefully sooner rather than later, but there's no guarantees about when these two will show up again. But hopefully we'll catch you in the next stream. Until next time, everybody.
Bye.
Slash has to say something. Quick. Oh, and so it's over. Now that I think about it, I should probably raid someone. You know, there aren't that many people to pick from. We'll just go with the first one here. Got this VTuber who's just streaming Ember_CH, just streaming this game. I wonder what part they're at.
Yeah, don't spoil Reno though.
Yeah, I was about to say if they're where we're at. Oh, they're actually wait, no, what part of the game is this? I'm so confused. What case are they on? It honestly they might be further than we are.
Really?
Yeah. They might
do it.
be further than we are. So yeah, obviously not going to raid them if that's the case. We'll go ahead and raid someone else. Yeah, it says raid Ace Attorney 2 resolve. Oh no, I think there's no, I think they're not as far as we are. Looks like
no,
I think
faster.
I think it's the case where it's the husband and wife. If you guys remember.
Huh?
It's the
What? Are you talking to us?
I mean, yeah, I'm saying like who I'm gonna raid. I guess I could deafen you guys. It's fine. All right, fine. I think they're not as far as we are, so it will not be any spoilers for anyone. But you know, good revisit. They also seem like they're like doing it with like 5 friends, so this will be good. All right, so if you want to join along for the raid, go ahead and whoops, yeah, no, we good. Go ahead and use the raid message. Otherwise, you know, if you gotta head out, feel free to leave. But I'm curious to watch other people play this case. Oh gosh. Oh wait, we're not ready yet. Go back, quick. Yeah, go ahead and use the raid messages. Depending on whether you're subbed or not, choose whichever one works for you best for you. And hopefully we'll catch you all in the next stream. Until next time again, everybody. Goodbye. We'll be back Monday or Sunday if I feel like streaming. I don't know.